Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today I want to share a story with you, a timeless tale that holds a mirror up to our own lives. It's the story of a man and a very, very cunning fox. Our story begins in a small, quiet village nestled at the edge of a sprawling ancient forest. In this village lived a man named Silas. He wasn't a hunter or a trapper. He was a simple farmer, known for his gentle heart and his prize-winning chickens. His coop was his pride and joy, filled with plump, healthy hens that laid the most beautiful brown eggs. But one morning Silas woke to a scene of chaos. Feathers were scattered everywhere. The coop door was ajar and his finest hen was missing. There were no signs of a struggle, just a single telltale track in the soft earth, the paw print of a fox. Silas was heartbroken but also determined. He spent the day reinforcing his coop, adding a new latch and patching every tiny hole. "That'll teach him," he muttered to himself, confident he had outsmarted the thief. But the very next morning, another hen was gone. This time the fox had dug a tunnel right under the fence. This began a long and frustrating battle of wits. Every day Silas would devise a new defense. He built a taller fence. The fox climbed it. He set up noisy bells. The fox learned to move with such stealth that they barely tinkled. He even tried leaving out other food, hoping to distract the predator, but the fox seemed to want only his prize-winning chickens. The villagers started to talk. "That fox is too clever for you, Silas," they'd say with a shake of their heads. "It's a creature of the forest, wild and untamable. You'll never win." Silas grew weary. His days were consumed with fortifying his coop, and his nights were sleepless, filled with worry. The joy he once found in his farm was replaced by anxiety and resentment. The fox wasn't just stealing his chickens anymore, it was stealing his peace of mind. He started to see the fox not just as an animal but as a rival, a personal enemy he had to defeat. His focus narrowed until the only thing that mattered was outsmarting this one creature. One evening, exhausted and defeated after discovering yet another hen missing, Silas sat on his porch, watching the sun dip below the trees. He didn't feel anger anymore, just a profound emptiness. He had poured all his energy into this fight, and he was losing. As he stared into the darkening woods, he saw a flicker of movement. It was the fox. It wasn't slinking or hiding. It was sitting at the edge of the forest, watching him. In the fading light, Silas didn't see a monster or an enemy. He saw a wild animal, its fur the color of autumn leaves, its eyes bright and intelligent. It was just trying to survive, just as he was. A strange thought entered Silas's mind. What if he had been looking at this all wrong? He had been trying to control the uncontrollable, to bend the will of a wild creature to his own. He was fighting against nature itself, and it was a battle no one could ever truly win. He realized his obsession with the fox had made him miserable. He'd neglected his other chores, his friendships, and his own happiness, all for the sake of proving he was smarter than an animal. He had turned his life into a prison of his own making, with the fox as his unwilling jailer. The next morning, Silas did something completely different. He didn't build a new trap or a higher wall. Instead, he took his remaining chickens and moved them into a smaller, sturdier shed right next to his house, a place where he could easily keep an eye on them. It was a simpler solution, one that had been there all along, but he'd been too caught up in the war to see it. Then he walked to the edge of the forest and left a small offering of scraps from his table. It wasn't a truce exactly, but an acknowledgement, a sign of respect. He was letting go of the fight. From that day on, Silas's life changed. With his chickens safe, his mind was free. He started enjoying his farm again. He reconnected with his neighbors, sharing stories and laughter. He still saw the fox sometimes, a flash of red in the distance, and he would simply nod. They were no longer enemies, just two beings sharing the same world, each living their own life. The story of Silas and the fox is about more than just a farmer and an animal. It's about the foxes in our own lives. These are the problems, the grudges, or the obsessions that we allow to consume us. We spend so much energy trying to fight them, to control them, to win against them, that we lose sight of what's truly important. We build walls around our hearts and set traps in our minds, all while the real solution might be to simply step back, change our perspective, and let go. Sometimes the smartest move isn't to outwit the fox, but to realize you don't have to play its game at all. By letting go of the need to control everything, Silas didn't lose. He won back his peace, his joy, and his life. So think about it. What is the fox in your life? Is there a struggle you can't seem to win? Maybe the answer isn't to fight harder, but to look for a different path, to protect what's truly valuable, and to let the rest go. Thank you so much for joining me for this story today. I hope it gave you something to reflect on. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next one. We love having you as part of our community. Until next time, take care and be well.